What do Peloton and Netflix have in common? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs, and the quick answer to that is both won significant market share customers and at the end had significant increase in revenue during the corona pandemic. Both are examples of how a company can exist if a company is able to adapt or to change. Peloton, we all know it as the bike, created the treadmill, and there was a lot of hype about the Peloton during the corona because folks did not want to go to the gym. They did not want to go outside for the fear of infection. So home training, the new cocooning, was the word, and everybody wanted to have a Peloton. It was fashionable. Netflix, the same. If nobody goes to movie theaters to watch the newest Hollywood releases, Netflix can produce and stream at home and still be profitable. However, both are now in the post-crisis recovery, no longer in recovery mode. They are in a crisis themselves. Both do not have numbers as high as before. Both have consumers who are now looking for alternatives, so the revenue is down on both ends. My quick lesson learned out of that is from a business point of view as follows. Number one, if there's a trend, jump on it and execute on it is the most natural instinct of every entrepreneur. But two, don't be so sure that this trend will last forever. Otherwise, you would be the Nokias and the Blackberries of the world, where just in not seeing another trend because you are still happy and cheerful about the old trend you thought will be detrimental for your company. So in a way, the takeaway is be open, be fast, and be furious. Good luck in scaling. What is a data matrix code? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. This data matrix code is not a QR code, even though it looks very similar, but it is a code which is implemented as of February 1st by the Royal Mail in England to be attached, or better, to be co-printed with their stamps. The Royal Mail launched a new stamp collection and implemented this extra service for now, which will be mandatory by next year. On the right side of the picture of the sovereign, you see some kind of barcode type thing. And this data matrix code gives you as the sender an opportunity to attach some kind of message to it, a little greetings video, hello, how are you? Or tracking information or whatever it is can be attached on that code. This digital stamp add-on lives in the Royal Mail app, and you as the recipient of a letter can scan this with your app, with your phone, use whatever information is submitted to that. There are also multiple other uses for that. You could use this for tracking letters. You could also use this for mail management on the recipient or on the sender side. So overall, it is a great innovation. Why is it worthy to talk about it? Well, if you think about institutions, the Royal Mail is known to have produced the first stamp ever. The 1p stamp was the first mail stamp ever used. Now the Royal Mail is adding a new feature to it to catapult an old institution into the new world. What are you doing in your company to bring your company into the year 2022?
Whether you're a private citizen, an international business leader, or simply someone eager to stay on top of the latest news, this book is a great way to get caught up on the most recent developments in the worlds of international business, tax, politics, and social affairs. Go to morningmusings.com and order your copy today.
Do we need travel restrictions? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. And if you follow the IATA, the International Air Transportation Association, the answer is no. We do not need any travel restrictions. IATA complained publicly that it's now time to get back to normal. Why? Because passengers are not flying. And IATA believes passengers are not flying because the restrictions are too high. So in this announcement, IATA shared Great Britain as an example of how life could be post-pandemic. Unlike recent travel, which I experienced in the United States, as of February the 11th, You do not need to have current tests if you are fully vaccinated and you can enter. And IATA believes this should be the beginning of a new era where the pandemic is no longer pandemic, but rather endemic. But numbers speak a different language. Passengers do not like to travel. In the year 2021, 75% less passengers traveled compared to the pre-corona 2019. Also, the number of passenger kilometers is significantly low. Right now, 2021, only 42% of the travel volume of 2019 was reached. Well, good news for the travel industry. In 2020, it was just 34%. However, it is not enough for IATA, so let's travel. But are airlines really suffering that much when freight and cargo is up? My information is that freight prices are over 150% higher in the months of January than in the months of December. And I wonder how many airlines are able to recover from the down passenger with up cargo. At the end, the corona may have an impact in our lives with regard to travel, but I do believe that with the higher level of the industrialized world, shipping goods all over the world, air traffic will not suffer on the long run. For me, as a frequent traveler, I'm only excited to see more and more connections are up again and flying again. But by the same token, health and safety is important. So I only hope and wish that those who are in charge make a smart decision, not only economically, but also health-wise. Name the only city which hosted both the Summer and the Winter Olympics. Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. You may be guessing right, it is Beijing. Beijing after 2008 for the summer, it is now time for the 2022 Winter Olympics, and this will also mark an important milestone in the history of Olympic host cities. The first time ever a city was both summer and winter city. Yes, there are a couple of cities who are in close proximity. Let's say the state of California hosted multiple winter and summer Olympics, such as Squaw Valley and Los Angeles, but never again the same city hosted two times an event both in the summer and in the winter. What else is history making in the Olympic Games? The 2008 Olympics was conducted at a time where China was about to take over the world power in economics and was competing with Japan for the number 2 of global economy. Now the discussion is very different. Also, in light of global warming, you may ask whether more and more cities are now eligible to be both, because with weather extremes, you may have cold winters and warm summers in areas which historically did not have the extreme in one or the other end. But also, what does it mean for sports in general? 2 years in a row to have an Olympic game. You may recall the 2020 Olympics were cancelled and the 2021 Olympics were officially named 2020 Olympics. But now we have Olympic Games year after year. Will this create a certain tiredness? We don't know. Audience certainly is somehow under the corona still limited. So about record numbers of participants may look rather different. But for whatever it is, we are about to witness history, as again, for the first time, one and the same city hosts both the Summer and the Winter Olympics. May the Games begin.